Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Bryan with another knife review for you. One I'm very excited about. This is the Kizer Vanguard Dukes. Let's backtrack a little bit, give you some knowledge about Kizer. If you don't know, this is the first Kizer review I've done, so I'm going to talk about what I've learned about them. They are a pretty well-known company now. They make everything 100% in China, mostly in a very high-end range. You're talking like 160 to $300. They're pretty pricey, but they're awesome and they do a very good job. If you don't like China and you're like, I don't want anything in China, just turn this off now because it is made in China, as it are all Kizers. Mostly you're talking about stuff in S35 steel, M390, titanium handles, super slicky smooth ball bearing action. But I wanted to review one, and I emailed them. I didn't hear anything back yet, so maybe I'll get one later to review from them. But anyway, I really wanted to get in on the Kizer thing, but I didn't want to spend that much money, so I bought one from their new Vanguard line. Well, it's like a year and a half old. Not that new, but pretty new, which is probably a lot what they expect people to do, because you're talking, instead of $160 to $300, this particular knife retails for about 70. So much more accessible and still pretty damn good. And if you want to get one right now, they have them on Blade HQ for $55 on sale. Yeah, they have a big Kizer sale going on right now. I can't guarantee it's still been going on when you see this video. Who knows when you're watching it? YouTube lasts forever. And it comes with this Blade HQ Kizer luggage tag, which is cool. It's awesome, but I'm not going to use it for my luggage tag. I think having a luggage tag that says Blade HQ on it is just screaming to TSA, search my shit. I don't think I would use it as a luggage tag, but it is pretty cool. It's very nice, and I'll probably use the Blade HQ side thing when I'm doing a Blade HQ exclusive or something, but they're free, come with it. That's neat. Anyway, let's get back to the knife. Stop talking about luggage tags. This isn't a luggage channel. So yes, this is $70. So you're talking like they used to make this Dukes in a larger version with titanium handles. This is a 3-inch blade. They made it in a 3.6-inch blade. So let's just give it an idea of how big a step you take down from the quote unquote real Kizers to a Vanguard. My thought is not as much as you would think, because yes, this is smaller. I don't think they make the full on expensive Dukes anymore. That's another thing with Kizer. It is kind of hard to figure out what they're doing. They come out with so many knives, they come and go. It is kind of hard to figure out. But right now, everybody either has them on sale or out of stock. So I think the larger one is kind of gone. But still, when you can find them, I found them a few different places right before I did this review, and they're like $160 to $220. So you're talking like a third of the price. You're getting a lot more than a third of the value. Still got good steel. VG10. Not bad at all. I've heard a couple reviewers lately kind of sour on VG10, but I think that's just because some of these new super steels just hold an edge for an eternity. VG10 still holds an edge for quite a long time, I think, is not super hard to work with. And I have no problem with VG10 at all, especially in a $70 range. I think that's really good. I think that's actually a plus for this, because VG10 and $70 is good to me. You don't get the titanium handles. You get these G10 sculpted handles, which look great, and I think it's a plus. I kind of think I'd rather have the G10 than the titanium, because in the titanium one, it's not a light knife. You are looking at almost 5 ounces for the titanium handle. It is larger, granted. It's a larger blade, but still, it's 5 ounces. This is 2.61 on my scales. It's a very light knife. It's very good. It's a Matt Cucciara design. It looks pretty. Everything I've seen that he's done always looks great. What is the philosophy of why you would carry this, why you'd buy this? What do I think the purpose of this knife is? It's just a good general EDC. It's great for that, for a smaller EDC. And also, I think it's great for a gentleman's knife. You know, I'm always talking about gentleman's knives. I always talk about how stuff's going to look in a suit. Like I wear suits all the time. I don't know why I bring that up. But I like something that looks classy. And this looks classy. It looks really good. These sculpted G10 handles look kind of carbon fibery. I think they look really cool. They also work well. We'll get to that later when we get to the ergonomics. The size is good. Like I said, the weight is really light. If you're wearing like suit pants or slacks, you know, you don't want something that weighs a lot. And this does not weigh a lot. As I said, 2.61 ounces, not bad at all. And it's a good size. I think it's a good size for general overall task. Again, these are 1-inch squares, so we're going to line it up against one so you can see. You got a 3-inch blade length, as you can see there. Usable length's a little shorter than that. A little over 4 inches on the handle length. Overall length, just a hair over 7 inches. It is tip up right hand only. So, yeah, if you're left-handed, sorry, that's not the best for that. But, man, it's well put together. It is. I'm intentionally not opening and closing this yet because that's kind of a thing I want to show later. So I'm doing things a little bit out of order because that's the highlight of this knife. That is its wheelhouse is the opening and closing. It's its killer feature, I would say. You have a hollow grind blade, slight bit of recurve, just a touch, not much. I think that's cool. I don't mind a little bit of recurve in a blade. It's kind of feathered here. The only downside I would say it looks fantastic. Wow. And it works great too. It's a great slicer, as you'll see later. It is a really good design. The only downside to that is if you really want to have a razor sharp edge all the time and you're going to use the hell out of this, it is VG10, which holds an edge well. I mean, I'm going to compare it like to AUS 8 or something like that. You are going to have to sharpen it occasionally. And I have not grabbed it yet in a sharpener because I don't want to scratch it up before the review, but this is going to take some fiddling to grab a hold of to sharpen it. But once you get a hold of it, I think it'll be fine. It is VG10. It's not that hard to sharpen. Now, let's look at some size comparisons here just to give you an idea what we're looking at. I know we got our little squares, but it's always more exciting to see other knives. Compare it to your, this is the Steel Will Mini Cut Jack. Looking about very similar lengths there. Obviously, the Steel Will is much thicker vertically. Your usual Spyderco Delica 4. Same story here. Similar length. Much thicker vertically in your pocket. We'll do 2 more here, I guess. Let's see what I got laying around. Your Kershaw Elmar AM4. Definitely longer, but even thinner in your pocket. These are 2 knives that I think I'll wind up using a lot for the same kind of purpose of gentlemanly sort of nice day out folders. So yeah, flipper tab sticks out a lot more on this. Get to that more when we talk about the ergonomics. I'm not even going to show you. I'm going to open it off camera because I don't want you guys to even know yet. So we'll put it down. I'm a tease. And what the hell? We'll compare it. Last one. PM2, which obviously dwarfs it. But a lot of you guys probably have PM2s, so it's a good thing to show you. All right. Now, let's talk about the pièce de résistance of this knife. I think its killer feature, the deployment on this thing is, oh my god. It's ball bearings just like the higher end Kizers. And close this thing, which takes 0 effort. I'm just like, oh my god. Just, it flips open like, you think about it and it's open. I love that. There's no spring assist. This is all just super smooth ball bearing awesomeness. I really love playing with this thing. I got it out of the box a couple days ago when I got it, and I just sat here just distracted. A little grease coming out there. That's not a bad thing. Put some grease in those bearings. I think it's good if you get a knife and it's brand new and a little grease that's coming out. It usually means that they greased it properly. Really good jimping on the flipper tab. The flipper tab's a little large because this thing opens so easily. It doesn't need to be quite that large. I wouldn't change much, but if it was, 2 millimeters shorter, it would still be fine. But oh my god, and just listen to it. It makes a great sound. The only thing I noticed difference between sound-wise, the titanium more expensive Kizers do make more of a metallic thunk, where this, when you close it especially, you can hear a little bit of you know, see if I can pick it up on camera. You get a bit of a G10 echo there, but it's not an unpleasant sound. It's just different. Yeah, it's really well done. The deployment on this thing is just so amazing. And it's part of the reason why it's late. I kind of skipped over this before because I was so excited to get a deployment. It does have skeletonized liners, which is always a good thing, at least on one side. The quality is really good. Look at your blade centering is one of the things we always first check to look for build quality. That's excellent. The pocket clip is it's not deep carry, which I think in a knife this size you should have deep carry, because if you're buying a knife this size, you probably want it to disappear in your pocket. If you're looking for something this small and this light, deep carry would be a good thing. But that's something I always complain about with a lot of guys, so I'm not going to have a fit about it. But oh no, I have to open again. How terrible. Oh, that's so pleasurable. I don't think I did it right the last time I did. Let's just do it one more time. Yeah. Oh, so good. Ergonomically, let's talk about that. It feels pretty good in my hand, and I have large bordering and extra large size hands, and this is a fairly small knife. As I've said before, I've got skinny fingers, but still they all fit on there. It's pretty good. There is zero jimping though, which I do wish it had just a bit up here. That'd be nice. You can choke up and put your finger here, but this is more of a sharpening choil than a choil. You're meant more to hold it, you know, your typical saber grip, which is fine for a knife like this. This isn't a heavy use knife. It wasn't designed to be. So I'm not going to knock too much off for that there, but man, it just looks good. And ergonomically, it's good. This is a barely fifth pocket knife. I did carry it the last 2 days in the fifth pocket of my jeans. You guys know, I think that's you're going to have a smaller folder. I want it to fit in that pocket, because then definitely my t-shirt's going to cover it and nobody's going to see it. Yes, I've talked about one knife with how well it looks with suits and how well it looks with untucked t-shirts. Sue me. Yeah, I do both. So very cool in that regard. Let's do some cutting with that. That'll be fun. Let's grab Oh, sorry, I put my stuff down farther than I thought I could reach. Age sucks. Do some cardboard cutting here. You know, I do a lot of cardboard. I'm not I have cut a little bit of cardboard with this, not a ton. I'm not expecting it to be as good as some of the greats, but it's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. I gotta say, it's much better in this regard than I expected it to be. That's pretty great. It really is. And this is the factory edge. I haven't touched it. I have used it a fair bit. I've carried it the last 3 days. I have cut a fair amount of stuff with it. Oh, it's Christmas season, so opened a lot of boxes and stuff, and it's not worn down yet. Let's grab some paper. All right. I'm going to do one sheet here, your standard printer paper. This is how I recycle paper in my house. I shred it with knives. Nothing. Just no effort whatsoever. That is pretty great. I am blown away by this thing. I mean, I ordered this at the same time as another knife that I'll review later, and I was expecting to be more impressed by the other one, but I think I'm more impressed by this one. This thing is great. I really like this. Covered up my notes. So in conclusion, would I recommend this knife? Abso-freaking-lutely. Without reservation, great. Great knife if you're looking for this size. What problems do I see with it? What are the only reasons I could see without getting it, or why you wouldn't get it? It's Kizer. The warranty is going to be weird. You're probably going to have to send it back to China. That's going to be a thing. But it's really well built. I don't see you having to do that very much. I wish it had a deep carry pocket clip. There is one quality issue I did notice. I don't know if I can get close enough that you can see this, but the blade tip's just a bit weird. It's not 100% perfect, but It doesn't have a catch on it or anything. It's just a bit ground weird, but hardly at all. I mean, yeah, it's not going to affect the performance at all. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I really, really like this. I really do. I read other reviews of it, watched other reviews of it. I knew that it was good, but I didn't expect to like it this much. This thing has blown me away. $70, $55 today on Blade HQ if you want to get one. They should be paying me. Why aren't they paying me? Why don't I have a Blade HQ thing up in the corner? I'm always recommending them. But $55, and you get your please search my luggage tag. So if you want to buy one today, if this review is what pushed you over the edge, go there, buy one right now. I'll put a link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please support us on our Patreon page. Keeps things going. I've been doing these reviews 1 or 2 a day, mostly because it's Thanksgiving week and I'm kind of off. So I'm trying to get a lot of content out there because this is a pretty new channel. That rate is not going to keep up, but if you want to keep it up at one every 2-3 days, eventually I'm going to have to start getting some more knives. So, and I can't afford to buy them all myself. So anything you put it in the Patreon page, I'm going to put back in the channel. I'm not going to spend it to pay my bills and stuff, other than, I'll pay to keep the lights on in my office. But, I'm going to put it right back into the channel. I'm not going to just go blow it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please support us on Patreon. I've been Brian. Thank you guys again. Have a good one.